click, buy, deliver. With remote purchasing from the 2-time Motorcycle News Dealer of the Year, Colchester Kawasaki. Proud sponsors of Chasing the Racing.
3, 2, 1, and welcome back to Chasing the Racing, episode 137. And we're down in the corner of a Morrison's car park.
Looking suspicious.
Not for the first time. And we're delighted to be joined by new podcast hosts. So we've got
a competition.
Anya Colley, Anya Colley, and Lola Stacey. And the podcast is the Fast XX.
That's it.
Yeah.
We'll be talking all about it. But been quite an eventful day so far. We've already done a podcast, and in between podcasting, we've had the old
dogging.
We've had the old.
We've got a few people out there, haven't we, waiting?
Oh, beeping horns, your signals, flashing, not just the headlights, Christopher. Woo!
So literally,
I don't know why I'm doing this.
That's suspect.
Years of training. That one. That's called muscle memory. Anyway, we're a serious podcast.
Yeah.
This is the bar you've got to try and get over. So we just keep raising it.
First of all, for people listening in,
So you just tuned out for what we're doing here.
Just started a brand new podcast. Do you want to explain briefly, outline kind of what it's all about?
Well, we're for the girls, aren't
Yeah.
we? This is a girls podcast.
Well, it's
isn't
not
it, really?
for- yeah.
No, it's not for the girls, but it's for getting the girls to have a chance to say what they've got to say.
Yeah, get out there a bit more. So obviously we listen to a lot of podcasts. We've heard you guys, we've heard loads of other people, watched it on YouTube, all that sort of stuff. But you never really see a load of girls on them. You'll see the odd one. I think you've done some with some girls, and you don't see a good
a
range
broad
of
variety
girls.
of girls doing all kinds of different things, do you?
You'll see one that does a super bike, so she gets a lot of interviews, goes on TV, things like that. But then what about people that do, there's loads of sick girls that do mountain biking, snowboarding.
Yeah. And a lot of underdog
motocross.
people in the sport, do you know what I mean? People that don't necessarily, they're doing amazing things and have done amazing things, like Stacey was speaking to earlier, obviously, she's, kind of come into mountain biking out of nowhere, done really well. But they don't get the same kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't hear about it because there's not anything to really
So it's basically
showcase it, you see stuff on Instagram or whatever, but that's only if you follow them. And if you followed them long enough, you'll know that stuff about them. But obviously, if you just went on there and had a little look, you wouldn't necessarily know, what they've done, where they've come from, and what kind of
essentially like a focus
been through.
podcast on women in extreme sports, right across the board.
Yeah.
And a lot of people some people will be familiar with you both and kind of recognise you from various things. Do you want to just give a quick a brief overview of sort of what extreme sports you're both into? So start with Lola.
Okay, so I started with enduro, which is obviously all off-road stuff, and then kind of went into a bit of mini bike supermoto. Then I've done full-size supermoto. Then I've done motocross, mountain biking,
Loads.
stuff. Yeah, them kind of things.
We're going to get into this later on, Chrissy, but she hands it to absolutely everyone in Moped Mayhem, which is tomorrow.
Which is tomorrow.
Are you there?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm leaving.
Of course.
Right,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to get the arse. I'm not going to get the arse.
This is my 8th year doing Moped Mayhem.
I want to bring it up later on. That is a huge conversation piece in itself, Moped Mayhem, and how you literally, I don't like you. I'm glad I'm on this side of it because literally you go around the other side of me. I'm like, just piss off.
No, it's
Just go
Storm
away.
you need to worry about, not me.
Oh God, we're not going
I'm
to
just
end
there
up
for
talking
fun.
about this in a minute.
I'm just there for fun.
Is he not allowed on your team this year? Or is
No, he
on
doesn't
your
want to
team?
go on
Yeah,
our
I
team.
remember,
He rode with us once and
And now
lost his
we're in
winning
the-
streak. Yeah, so he went, I'm not doing it with you
That's
again.
it, out.
That's it, we're out. We
Well,
have to find a new teammate.
We'll come back and
Yeah.
look at each.
We'll circle that.
Yeah.
Put a pin in it.
Come on.
Just when you're on emotional collapse, I'm just going to pull it. And Moped Mayhem, go.
We'll come back to and sort of talk about each discipline and stuff and
Yeah.
how you got into it. But just quickly, do you want to do the same? So what extreme sports are you involved with?
Oh, blummin' heck. Where do I start?
It's my drink there, please.
Well, you drink, God,
I left it.
God, the
Sorry.
entertainment is dehydrated.
Thank
There
you,
goes,
cheers.
son.
Thanks so much.
Getting ready for how many I've been in. What extreme sports do you do? Well then.
Would either of you like a drink?
No thanks, I'm alright.
No,
problem, do you
I'm
want?
alright.
Oh, thank you, Chrissy. How many times have I been working
No
here?
offence to the rich energy, it's not against them, just
You're just not thirsty.
not
No.
thirsty. Yeah.
Yes.
You're a Red Bull girl. You're all right. Are you actually? Yes. Let's
Cheers.
go. Okay, right. So,
Love a Red Bull.
all right, there you are. So, are you a Red Bull athlete then, or?
I wish.
one day.
Right, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Well, that free Red Bull, the amount of money I spend on Red Bull.
Yeah.
Rather have it free.
Understandable. So,
Don't think that's going to win me the sponsorship.
you never know. You just never know.
No,
So
if they want to sponsor the podcast, we'll be in.
Yeah.
We need waking up. We've done 2 today. We're on the 3rd one.
what, the Red Bull or the podcast?
Actually, yeah.
The balance.
I've had 2 Red Bulls
Yeah, you've
as
had
well.
2
yeah.
Red Bulls.
Happy days.
Yeah, so we're nearly on the same as the podcast and
There
Red
you go.
Bulls.
There we go. So you're lit. So how do we get you to a Red Bull athlete? Which extreme sports do you do to become a Red? Or are you going to combine them all
Yeah, just
like
try
a
them all.
superwoman
Yeah.
and go, give me the sponsorship now?
Yeah, I'm just trying all of them until I get it. I'm like, didn't get it in that one. Maybe we'll move on to that one. Now didn't get it in that. Right, we'll move on to that.
There we are.
Right. So I started in jet ski racing. Started on stand-up jet skis when I was 5. Went into European Championships, British Championships, World Championships. Won a few of them.
Right, so, sorry, before you go under the rest of this list, how does a 5-year-old get into... Where are you from? By the
Long
sea. Is that by the sea at all?
No, it's near Donington
Midlands,
Park.
isn't it?
Very landlocked.
Donington Park, that's it. Just
So,
no...
Did you grow up as a girl thinking, you know what, I would love a pond? And if I had a pond, I would go jet skiing in it or something like that. Well, you know, talk me through this.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. My parents jet skied just for fun, like had a little caravan site, jet skied for fun. Said, oh, I don't know how you think this when a kid's 5 years old, but just like, oh, do you want to have a go on this jet ski? The life jacket was like up to here. I was just like this on one with little goggles on. Couldn't lift the handle pole up or anything because it was way too heavy. And I just went in a circle like this. I don't think they thought at that point, oh yeah, she's gonna race them and be good. So just went around in a little circle. And then when I got a bit older, I was like, oh, I want to race these because I saw it at the lake where I started. They raced them there, and I thought, I want to do that. My parents were like, no, don't want to do that because none of them did it either. So then I convinced them, went racing, and then that was it. I went did British, European, Worlds.
What age did you start racing?
You're literally downplaying the shit out of this. You're like, I just did this, did
She
that.
does.
Come on. My God, I just went on to the Worlds. You know, what the
Against the
It's just-
guys as well. I didn't.
Yeah, I was
win-
in the guys' class.
I didn't win the women's one. That was a bit of a shame that I didn't. But I didn't. Just failed at that one a few times. But
How old were you when you first started racing?
12.
Right.
Yeah, 12 when I started racing jet skis.
Is there much of a scene in the UK for that?
There was, yeah, at the time. There used to be, obviously in the Europeans, when I first started, there was like full factory teams. Kawasaki, Yamaha. There was like full factory, went with the big Arctics, all put out there, you know, their side awnings, all like doing BSB, massive teams for it. And then it just slowly went down.
Is it true that because jet ski were the original Kawasaki were the original jet ski,
Yeah.
so a little bit like Hoover, like
Yeah.
they're the only manufacturer
Exactly.
that are actually allowed to call it a jet ski.
Yeah.
yeah.
How'd you know
that's it's
That is
brand awareness.
yeah.
Keeping
Not
them
many
happy.
people know that.
So what do say Yamaha? What do they call them? Just like waterboard, like
Watercraft.
watercraft.
Yeah, it's very
Right.
posh, isn't it?
Well,
But I don't call.
Jesus, that looks
Were
mental.
they the ones that had the Wave Runner, or was that Suzuki?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yamaha Wave
I mean,
Runner,
I've seen some
Yeah.
of your pictures from like racing and stuff. It looks
Yeah.
unbelievably cool. Like a lot.
That's not you. That's a generic jet ski photo. But that
Nearly
looks
a
mental.
number.
Yeah, it's nearly my number.
What race number? Are you?
52.
Very close.
Yeah.
Was that
Careful.
was that
It's weird, that.
was
No.
that like James Tosland inspired?
Absolutely not.
Or, really?
No offense.
It was, and then I met.
what was the?
No, I never watched any bike racing. It wasn't something. My family aren't into extreme sports or anything really. I just got into it, so I didn't know anyone's number in bike racing. So it's definitely
That's what
not
I
a
said.
copy.
You're literally on the opposite end of the spectrum, aren't you?
Yeah.
Water and land.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
You can
I
tell
don't-
by our faces being on the land
Land.
base. You know, like jet ski racing. What?
Yeah,
That-
water.
That's what rich people do in Miami.
We'll come back. We'll come back to the jet skiing
Yeah.
because I am really interested in all of that sort of stuff. But just quickly go through the other because I know you're into the bikes and stuff. So what
Yeah.
other extreme sports do you do?
So I did. Then I've got into motocross first. I tried a bit of motocross. Then I did enduro. I also got a little pit bike like you've got, but not.
Tarmac type.
Yeah, not sort of supermoto, but kind of like, just a little mini pit
Fat
bike
guys.
race.
Yeah, mini
Yeah,
bike.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, did a bit of that. Entered a few little races, not really.
So
Didn't do a championship or anything.
like British mini bikes or something.
Yeah, it
I don't
was.
even know what it
you
was,
were
was it?
there at
Yeah.
one I did years ago before we knew each other.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. I just enter things.
Yeah.
Me. I just go, yeah, that looks fun. I'll do that. Then
I bet your parents are just like, oh God, what you gonna do next?
Yeah, my mum hates it. Absolutely hates it. She won't buy me anything to do with bikes, trying to stop me, but it just didn't work.
The opposite.
Yeah. Then I've done a bit of snowboarding, mountain biking now. Anything I can give a go, I will give it a go.
Mm-hmm. What a great attitude. Eh?
I must ask, how's your relationship with your parents now? You know, after all these extreme sports, you know what I mean? Are you still solid, or are you still?
I just get texts. You still alive? You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. What are you up to this weekend? No, don't tell me. No, tell me.
Don't wanna know.
No, don't tell me.
I've only just met the pair of you, and I can imagine you with a very dry sense of humour. I'll leave that a week.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm okay. Put that back. Jesus, web.
And
If I forget for 5 minutes, like, Anya, still alive? Anya, yes, I'm here, Mum. I'm busy. I'm racing.
and obviously we've had your brother on the podcast at some point, so we kind of know a bit about your sort of life story and stuff already.
Mm-hmm.
But for people that aren't aware, do you want to sort of explain like where your love of sort of bikes and stuff comes from, and like how you sort of got into it?
Yeah. Well, obviously, I'm 8 years older than Storm, so you know. I'm the original one.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there. He won't be happy with that, obviously.
I love how you kind of looked down the lens of this camera and I'm the original
one.
I bet is your
little brother.
is your dream one day to be stood next to Storm and someone come over and say, "Are you Lola's brother?"
Yeah.
You're like, yes.
It would be funny, wouldn't it?
There's time yet. There's time yet.
Yeah. It's going to happen, lol.
No.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
so go on.
But yeah, so my love of bikes, I came from when I was about three-ish years old. My dad had always had like bikes and stuff anyway before I came around. Dad used to race cars before I was around, and then I used to go with my dad to the racing as a little baby, you know, off in the caravan for the weekend. But he'd always loved bikes and cars and stuff like that. And then, when I was about 3, we've got an older sister as well. So we've got a half sister, and she's a year older than me. And Dad bought us both little LT50s at the same time, and we were both just razzing around our house, well, not in the house obviously, but in the garden.
Up the stairs.
Razzing around the garden on these little LT50s, and then I had different quads and stuff as I got older.
I was about to say they're quads, aren't they? The LT, Suzuki
little
LT.
Suzuki LT50.
Oh, proper things.
Blue and white things, classics.
Your dad blowing out your bagpipe trying to start on the pole star.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, you little...
I'd be like, Dad, it's cut out. But yeah, had different quads and stuff, obviously as I got older, like bigger ones. We were lucky enough to live on like a little small holding from when I was about 7, we moved there. Had other quads and stuff. And then, I got to about, I think it was about 12-ish. And then my dad had been to an enduro that was local to us. It was literally a couple of miles away. And he'd said, you need to have a go at this. And I was saying I'd always wanted like not a mountain bike, BMX or like a skateboard or something. I'd always been obsessed with that kind of thing, but he wouldn't let me have one. But then he came home and said, "Oh, I think you should have a go at enduro," and then went out and bought me a little RM85 Suzuki. Yeah,
Bit of a difference. You can't go on a skateboard and you can't go on a BMX.
Yeah.
But here you are.
Yeah.
Get on this motocross bike.
it.
Go at yourself.
Yeah, this death trap Suzuki.
It's like the opposite for you, isn't it, with the BMXs?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, total different. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that one. Fair play. You know what I mean? It's like, well, it's going to happen. Skip all that shite.
Yeah.
And go
Go
straight for the
straight-
bike.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And both your partners are in enduro now. aren't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah, both. Do you want to give them both a shout? They'll both be listening.
No.
No shout out. Give them a bit of.
Do they compete against each other?
Yeah.
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 Who's
They're very much the same, aren't they?
No,
really.
no.
Well, we're
not.
better than both of them.
Well,
aren't
yeah,
we?
but
So-
we're better than both of them, obviously.
odds? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was well dodged. What's the answer? Who's better than you? Come on, talk it out. We're here.
I don't know.
Do they both do like?
It depends. I don't know.
Is it like British enduro?
Dean likes.
Chrissy was
No, I can't say that. He'll kill me if I say that.
What are you going to
Is
say?
he going to listen anyway?
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Dean loves a crash, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that your boyfriend?
Yeah.
That's right.
What's his name?
Dean Searles.
Dean Sills.
Yeah, he owns a motocross track as well, so he
Not
gets-
related to Tommy Searles by any chance.
That's
No,
not Sills.
that's
is it?
Tommy
Searle.
Searle.
Sounded exactly the same when everyone else said it together. All together now, that made no difference.
Tommy hasn't got an S on the end.
So I just literally processed the same thing there.
What's the motocross track called? Give it a shout out. Little plug.
Sills Training Compound.
Ah, cool.
But you're only allowed there if you lecture.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
it's a
saying, sorry.
Yeah,
private-
it's like
turn
invite
up.
only.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
He does let like a lot of people ride there, but it's only if he lets them. It's a private track.
is it
private
like
riding
a?
kind of thing?
And does he run training schools there?
No.
Oh, it is.
Other people have though, haven't they? Like
Yeah.
other, actual like motocross training, coaching people.
Where's this in the country then? Like round. Or can you not disclose that information?
Private location.
I'm going to drop a pin and send it to Chrissy, and then he can
Don't
share
worry.
it on
It goes on every single like Facebook track. What are they called? Forums.
things? Oh,
Yeah, it ends up on every single one of them. Anybody seen this? Who owns
Anyone
this
seen
track?
this? Does anyone know this track?
Then someone puts it underneath. Oh, I heard it's Tommy Searle's brother or cousin, or just like you said,
Searle.
the Searle and Searles, it's the same thing. So
Also,
that's just what gets put under all of them.
do you,
Face it,
do you
face
get to
it.
ride there like all the time then?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
Only
we're
if
still
you-
no better, but
No, you'd think if you had somewhere to ride, that
it
you'd
would be
like,
mint.
Class. And
It's like a proper like secret training camp. This I'm
Yeah.
begging to know this.
No, got to be in the know, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're not having your bubble out anymore. You can have that back when you disclose the
Yeah.
information.
what's your boyfriend called?
Connor bowls over. Yeah, and
thanks.
he's used to do trials when he was a kid. Started off doing trials.
Yeah.
With the whole family, like him, his brother, and his dad. And then, as he got older, they all went on to like pit bikes, supermoto. So with the BMB, which was the NMRRC then, but mini motos and pit bikes and stuff, and then enduro and everything else since I came around.
Yeah. Well, when obviously we talked about Moped Mayhem, I've seen you there quite a few years. I remember it was probably your first time there when Storm was like probably about 12 or something.
Yeah.
And you said
It was
you've done it.
2014, I think, or 2013 was the first time he did it, and then I did it the year after, I think.
Yeah, I
2014.
think that might have been my first time as well, like 2014ish around there. But it's almost like an annual occasion.
Oh,
for
it's
everyone,
fucking
isn't it?
mint.
It is.
I mean, it's kind of, it's not the same thing anymore as it was. It's evolved into like a lot of BSB folk go in and tear ass around, and then you've got people on.
To be fair, you two started that. 100%.
I don't think I had anything to do with that.
Well, you're the OG, so
Exactly.
it's gonna be you. Isn't
Well,
it?
right, okay, let me paint you a scene of the first, the first edition
I'm not
of
even
Moped Mayhem.
fast.
She's full of shit. Right,
Does
so
that
anyway.
mean you're slow?
Yeah, real slow. If you could tell me when that
must
training
be.
camp is and I could build my pace up, that would be outstanding, to be fair. But no one's sharing any information. So let me paint you a scene, Chrissy, of the first Moped Mayhem. I had a crappy little scooter like everyone else in the paddock.
Yeah, which you should. You should have a scooter.
Which you should.
You should.
You should. So anyway, everyone pulls in, right? There's a fifth wheel trailer parked up on the top ramp, right? Turn up, your dad. I tell you what, that will be in my memory for the rest of my life. Like top hat, fantastic, like not blazer, waistcoat, multicolour waistcoat, smoking a rollie, just steps out. I thought you were going to beat me up if I sat like it was fantastic. You just came out with your levers like that. Right, where's the victims? You know what I mean? It was like there's Storm probably not even know what boobs are yet. You know what I mean? It's like, you're right. Literally these two on the CRF 150 ripping it off paddock sides, boom, and just elbow down and flying round. And the rest of us, right, like fat tree cutters and brickies and all sorts, just like, what have we tipped up to here? You know what I mean? We're all on the scooter like, and these like, hooking gears mid-turn, and everyone's just fully stretched out. And guess who won it? Not me. Well, it was out, to be honest, it was class, but I'd say it was, what a crack it is. So everyone was just throwing things at each other, having a right giggle, it was just, it's proper though,
Yeah.
isn't
Are you
it?
on a pit bike this year? 150? Yeah.
I did watch.
CR.
Literally, got it off the stand a couple of days ago. Give it a quick check. Oh yeah, it's rotten. It was good to go.
That's like the elite
Borrowed
class,
a
isn't it?
chain.
150.
Borrowed a chain of someone because didn't have time to buy a chain. Yeah, I borrowed a brake disc because there's 2 cracks in my brake disc.
So
By the way,
is it-
there's no scooting even at this.
So, are you going this year?
100%.
Yeah,
Gotta get my
right.
ass kicked annually.
So she's got a cracked. What? A
Yeah, but
cracked
what are you riding? What are you on?
I'm saying nothing.
Oh.
I'm keeping it. I wish it was a CRF.
Oh,
It's a 250F.
fucking hell.
I bloody wish. The only way we're going to catch these.
I've always said I wanted to do it on something shit. Like, something that your men are do it on. Because it's even then, you like... it's a race to see whether you even actually make it to the end when you do it on some shit, isn't it?
That one
the
I
amount of
watched-
people they break down about 5 times and they're there in the back in pits fucking messing about with this and that and then they back out, but they're like 20 laps behind, but they're like, all right, it's all right.
The one I watched of you was, I think you put it on, didn't you? Was it your video?
Yeah.
Where you go and you're like, yeah, that's him flat out. This guy sat on that little scooter.
Yeah.
Fully stretched.
Yeah, you nearly go straight to the back of them.
And they're just like sat there, literally tucked in. Like, I'm not sure the tucking in's going to help.
Fair, isn't it?
It's fantastic. They only go out with literally a spoonful of like salt, like grit. Like there was a pond. Remember like a couple of years ago, the turn 1 was a pond.
Oh, it was a
and it was just like
full
just
lake.
go around it.
Good
There was
luck.
one line around the pond.
There's pictures of people going through it, someone on the outside of them just getting waved, like a big wave just going straight over them, like they're surfing round
I've got
there.
a picture off from that year actually, but last year it was all icy, so I had to wait for the track to thaw out, and even then it was
That
like
was your
sketchy as proper
Yeah, we've had it
sketch.
before where it's been icy like that, and we've had everyone in their vans driving around trying to thaw it out.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was.
I mean, I started at 10, but it's about 12 now.
Don't worry
Get
about
out
it.
at some point.
Get the transit out there, you'll be fine.
Are you not fancying getting your leathers on for this?
Yeah, I am now.
You actually entered.
No, I haven't. But I do have
Could
a little
join
pit
our
bike.
team.
You saw it today,
Maybe
didn't you?
you could
But-
join our team, technically.
But I feel like
Well,
the
you're
pit
halfway
bike's
north
too...
now. You're halfway north. Just keep going. Someone will lend you some gear.
Yeah.
It's the moped mayhem. It'll be
Yeah, why
fine.
not?
You're allowed 4 on a team. It was only me and Connor, so...
Well,
technically you
Dean will definitely be up for it, but Dean's very competitive. He just want to win,
Yeah.
wouldn't he?
There's still be spaces. There's still spaces.
But we're talking like 100. Was it your first time last year?
No, I did
Yeah,
it
you've
in
done it.
2014
Yeah,
and then like
2004.
loads of times since.
But it is just unbelievable carnage. It's
is so
fantastic.
fun.
It's just.
We've got another one coming up, haven't we? So at Dean's track.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, we can't tell you where that is.
Can't tell you that.
Yeah.
We can invite you to this because it will be pretty fun. We're doing the same thing, a moped stubble mayhem in there
Yeah.
or something.
Stubble me.
On the stubble field. You're only allowed to spend, your maximum spend is £500. And then you've, is it 4 on a team?
4 on a team, I think, yeah.
No, 3 on a team, isn't it?
3 on-
3 on a team, and you're only allowed to spend maximum of 500.
Right. How's
On a scooter.
now my competitive nature's coming to light here. How's
Yeah.
that policed?
Not.
eBay?
not.
Would it have to be an eBay buy?
Yeah. Well,
Or
it's just
marketplace.
basically buy the shittest thing you can probably
yeah,
find.
and just fucking have a laugh on it.
We've got
basically.
someone that's bought a £120 one now. Then they've put an exhaust on it. They've put a turbo on it, I think. I don't know if they had the turbo or what, but this thing's going to be like, well, either noisy or rapid.
Oh
Probably
my
just noisy.
I tell you what, what makes me laugh? Like Nitro Circus? You know, like watch out like Travis Pastrana's lot. That thing makes me laugh every year, and it's just total redneck carnage.
Yeah.
I just think stuff like that. If you had a little prize pot,
Yeah.
it's not about the money, but if someone won a 20 quid,
Yeah.
That's what we want to do, yeah.
100% worth doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're just going in and just getting the shittest thing you can buy. We want one with like a delivery, like Deliveroo.
Yeah, like a little Uber
Get like a
Eats type
Deliveroo,
thing.
just put some snacks in the back, just get going. I want 2-seater. I want us 2 to go around at the same time,
Sidecar.
Yeah.
Sounds
Get it
good.
done.
Why
Get
not?
it done. How many people got entered so far? Was this literally on the way up here? You thought of it?
No, just as you were saying it then, I was like,
Yeah, we're going to get this done. How many people have got entered?
I think there's 7 teams.
Yeah.
Is there
at
7
the
teams?
minute, I
7 or
think.
8 teams?
When's the date? Is there a Facebook page? That's when it's official. When you get invitations
No.
sent out.
No,
No, we've
just
just got an
Instagram.
Instagram group chat.
Because I reckon if we released it, there'd be so many people that would want to do it. Yeah.
Just yeah.
Yeah,
So-
if everyone chucked in a £5 for the pot, some brass.
Invite only.
Probably just
Some
be like,
serious brass.
What is it? What are they called? Dodgems. Be like Dodgems, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? We'd all
Be
just
mint,
be
wouldn't it?
crashing into
The-
each other.
A layered neck brace must be worn. That's the
Yeah.
only scrutineering that you have to wear. Like spinal board permanently attached to your back. Right, and
Trailing behind, you've got a spinal board.
I'm going. Even if I'm not invited, I'm that
Yeah.
irritating kid at school when you're not coming.
He's like, I'm going to find out. He's going on Facebook, Instagram, stalking us. Where is this place? I'm going to find this.
That's it.
Going
Hi,
on all
guys,
the forums.
It's already started. We have gone well off track here. Chris.
Sorry.
I am very sorry.
I can see he's sat there like,
So I've
This
got a
is-
question. Let me ask it.
This is why I put a pin in the moped mayhem thing, because it just leads
Just
you down the
going-
path of madness.
this is a rabbit hole, isn't it?
Here's a question for you both. Do you, with your partners both racing competitively in enduro, do you both compete enduro at the moment, like the last few years?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we race, don't we?
Yeah, we do the odd one.
What's so like? The only enduro I've ever done is pay and play days, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know a great deal about it, but I've really enjoyed it. I think it's class training and like really enjoyable. What is there like a sort of is the club event and a British Championship or like? What's...
Yeah. Yeah, so there is like loads of different clubs events. You've got like War Events, Fast Steady, Raw Enduro, Edge, Lincolnshire Enduro Club. I know there's a North East one as well. I've not been to any of them, but I know a friend of mine has. There's all over, those Cotswolds ones. There's all sorts of different clubs and stuff that run events. And then there is the British Championship, which is ran by Fast Steady anyway, like Paul Edmondson. And
is that actually the club's name?
Fast Steady Racing, yeah.
Mid. Just sounds like a dodgy
His
deal around the corner, don't it? I'm just going to go through Fast Steady.
Well, no, Paul used to...
Anyone got a dime back?
Paul used to do like World Enduro years ago, I think, as far as I know. But yeah, he runs now like the British Championship, the British Enduro Championship.
Bloody hell.
And is it just a case of everyone sets off at the same time and then it's split up into you're in the categories, or?
It's different because there's different types. So like most normal little clubs, they're called like Hare and Hound races, where they're just like a 2.5 hours flat out, everyone starts at the same time, but you don't start at the same time. There's like different rows. So you've got like your expert, clubman, sportsman, novice, youth.
And just tend to be a lap that you do, and then you just do how many laps?
How many laps you can do in 2.5 hours or whatever.
Yeah, and the laps
usually
about
massive,
6, aren't they?
7 miles long, so it's usually like a 15-minute lap.
And that's a Hare and Hound event, but they actually release like an expert out with the youths at the same time. Really?
Yeah,
so like they go first, then it's 30
yeah.
seconds, then the next row, 30 seconds, next row.
Sorry, you go first.
I was going to say, we've had, Billy Bolt? We've had him on the podcast a few times because he lives near us. And I've watched a few YouTube videos of him, like the extreme stuff. And there's like people literally he come around a corner and there's just people lying under bikes everywhere.
Yeah.
And he just rides over them. He's just like blipping them.
He is a different kettle of fish, though.
He's unbelievable.
Don't think that we're going to go out there.
That's not what we do.
Two logs. He was like triples over logs and stuff.
It's class, isn't it?
I'm just no, the video of me, I went into the log. Didn't even get over it, but I can get over it now.
Do you do a bit of trials riding?
I've done
I never have.
I've done a little bit, only because obviously Connor did
That's
trials.
Where he started,
yeah, he started with trials.
So I took that. I'd never done it before, like lockdown, the first lockdown basically.
And hard.
What trials?
Trials, yeah. And me and 2 of my friends ended up getting bikes, and it was the best. It's the best thing I've ever done because in terms of like where you can ride them, like how easy it is to get out on them. They're not very loud, so that it's not can like go places without.
You can
like,
usually just go and give a farmer a tenner and he'll.
Yeah, so there's places everywhere, and it's as well. It's like a really sociable sport, like so all day. So obviously you've got your open face helmet, and it's a case of like you like ride for a little bit, and then you just stop and like have a big crack, have a good laugh, and you can be like around a tree, and you can be all like trying to like do something really basic, like go around there, get over that log, and try and get up that hill without putting your feet down. So it can be really small space, and you basically just spend all day just laughing at each other, having a good time. In terms of like, obviously if you try and really difficult things you can hurt yourself, but you can
it's more
quite
likely
easily
it's a lot. It's very slow, isn't it? Like you're more controlled.
And I just think
not when I'm on it, but
that's what we do with
Lola, you're in 6th gear. I fucking know, get out of my way. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Get out.
You've got the best laugh I've ever heard.
Literally every time we go out with her, she just laughs, and I'm laughing at her laugh, and then we keep laughing at her laugh because she's laughing more. I just can't deal with
It'd be
her.
ideal on a night out. Where is she? Wait a minute, someone make a laugh.
Yeah. Do you know when it's not ideal? When it's a situation that's like really awkward.
Yeah.
That you're not supposed to laugh at. Like someone falls over like right in front of you or something, and you all think, oh, let's not laugh. You're like, well, there you go. Lola's got.
And then I'm like,
it's a good job we can edit these podcasts, because there has been a couple of times where I've got like I'm sure later in life I'll be diagnosed with like something for it, because I've got like a real problem with awkward laughs, and like whenever you're not supposed to laugh,
that is it.
I've got like something inside that's like laugh, and like I really struggle.
I'm not going somewhere with
the
you two.
The reaction time for me is just like it's instant. As soon as something happens, like it's literally it is. And then I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
You know what, Chrissy? It's kind of looking like a much better looking female version of us, isn't it? You know what I mean? I'm not dragging you down to my level, actually. I apologise. You two are similar. I think that's a fair recovery, isn't it?
Fine,
Like,
I'll take
you know, tech savvy, awkward laugh, good
Yeah.
looking. You know what I mean? I bring nothing to this party.
that's me.
Nothing to this party. You know what I mean?
I'm just here, Mike.
I'm the driver.
I'm alright on social media. I'll just go on social media, post a few posts, you know.
Happy days.
That's it.
Well,
This is like a
mentioning
therapy session rather than a podcast. Isn't it?
that,
Someone understands us.
give yourself a good plug for like the podcast. You've got that on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Like, how will people find you?
Oh, Instagram and YouTube.
And it's
Literally that list.
Yeah, but it's not Twitter, it's not Facebook.
Instagram,
Instagram and YouTube.
That's it. When I'm going to tell you the name, you just go on there and you try to find us.
It's like hanging around with the fucking Illuminati here. Just give us some information, people. You know.
I know, we're like,
XX.
Fast sex.
Yeah.
And your personal profiles. What do you want people to follow your personal profiles?
Anya Colley 52.
And go.
Straight in there. Honest.
Lola Stacey-Jones. Yeah, the Jones is on there. Has to be.
So when you're not being like hardcore jet skiing and
Yeah.
motocross races, what do you do for normal stuff, like boring adult stuff? What do you like job wise?
Job-wise.
No, it's fair. You don't. That's an awesome job you've got. I just remembered your job.
Yeah.
You know what I
It
mean?
can be good.
Yeah,
yours is cool.
It can be good. Well,
Right. Tell the good people of Cheese the Race and what do you do for a living?
I'm a tattooist.
That is
Yeah.
mint.
I've
Or
had
a
a tattoo
tattoo artist. Yeah, you have.
Any
haven't you?
good?
Yeah.
Specifically coloured.
I prefer colour, yeah. I prefer colour. I don't mind doing black and grey. I'd just rather do like... This is the thing, because
You
a lot
like
of people now think that I'm like, oh, you don't do black and grey, do you? And I'm like, no, I do. As long as it's like in a style that I want to do or like
a
doing.
fun.
It's like I used to do a lot of black and grey realism, so you know, all your like kind of portraiture type stuff. I'm not saying I'm like any good at it, but that's just what ended up being my thing for a while, and people kept coming for that kind of thing, but I realised I didn't actually really like doing it. So I was like, I kind of need to just, you know, nip it in the bud and say I'm not doing it anymore. Because I just prefer doing more like kind of, well, you call it like neo-traditional, so it's a bit more like cartoony-ish, like a lot of bold lines and stuff.
Like mine's
I'm
a
happy doing it
flamingo
black and
with
grey.
a donut in its mouth holding a Pepsi Max. That's what she likes doing, like fun.
Hold on.
it's
You've got that
colourful.
tattooed on you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go down this rabbit hole. Like, what?
It's Anya.
No, don't get me wrong. It's outstanding. I love the
basically
concept.
Anya, but as a flamingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Brilliant.
a donut. Could eat a donut any time of day.
Did you specifically
She loves
ask
Pepsi
for that,
Max.
or
Yeah.
did you
Yeah,
say
she did.
surprises?
No.
Or did you hand?
But I sent her a picture. I was like, oh, I want something like this. And then you made it even better. Like, I didn't even expect. I thought it was going to be like, you know, like you wouldn't think, oh, I just want not a shit tattoo. I didn't.
I'll bring me
I
mate.
want, you know what? I'll go to
Lola's
Lola.
what?
I just want a shit
I'm the
tattoo.
one for that.
I've got just the gal. What a great way to support
Selling
each other
it.
there.
Selling it.
well, in context, like I've got a full sleeve and it's all portraits.
Yeah, she's got the stuff
Yeah.
I don't want to do.
I've got
now.
Is that your race number on the bottom?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
I've got.
I didn't do that, by the way.
No, I've got my mum up here, something of my brother here. I've got me and my dad. Oh, I'll try to get it out 'cause it's pretty cool. There's my dad there.
Holy shit.
My dog there. So then I thought, do you know what?
That's hellish.
I don't want something like that anymore. I want something fun, something like.
I rember that dog off years ago, but
Yeah.
have you still
Enid.
got that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
I
still
remember
around.
when because you used to have you used to have the same van as me, but a black one,
Yeah.
Renault Traffic with that.
The Vauxhall Vivaro,
something,
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I've
dog.
just that's gone now. That
Yeah,
has gone.
I've seen
Still
you-
got the dog, but
I've
not
seen
the
your
van.
new whip. It's
Yeah.
nice, very nice.
So, like, right, let's go back.
Yeah.
I don't know how to ask this question without being inappropriate, but where is it?
Oh, it's on my foot.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I've just
It's not
got
that
this
inappropriate.
No,
I wasn't like, Lola, I want a tattoo. We're
Yeah,
going to
right,
do it
that-
somewhere where no one else is going to do.
You know what I mean? Just go home to your boyfriend
change our
again.
friendship.
You're in for a shock.
Yeah.
You've got quite a few tattoos, haven't you?
I do, but not a flamingo eating a donut.
With a Pepsi Max.
With a Pepsi Max. Yeah.
Talk us through your tattoos.
Yeah, what you
have
got?
you got?
Well, I tried to get Chrissy across my chest, but it came out Quithby. But, thought it was quite cute. Didn't want to show you. Feel a bit awkward.
Dom's got one for. He said when he wins around the Isle of Man, he's going to get something. And he went and got it straight after. Show them that. That's
Okay, now I
cool.
feel up. Yeah, there it is. Right, let's move on. Right, that's exciting.
No, like the
Come on.
the Isle of Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
3 legs.
You see, I'm sponsored by a tattoo shop in Northern Ireland called Death or Glory. And literally turn up, he's always drunk. It's me. Chris Kennedy's just so what do you want? I'm like, just do me. Do me hard. just my mother. I tell you, my mother. I really hope she doesn't watch these. She tells me she doesn't watch them. Right?
Yeah. So you
honestly, I'm terrified of it. Like, I've said this to all our listeners all the time, but I treat my mum and dad totally different. I'm like, hello, mother. Like, it's summer and I'm wearing a turtleneck. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yes, mother. I'm still your angel. She is fully aware that I am not. You know what I mean? But I don't swear.
But you don't want to see that. Yeah. You're not. You pretend she doesn't know.
I treat everyone the same. Honestly, I do. But me mum and dad. I honestly, I'm a total. Like, you know, my phone voice. Hello. Yes, mother. Yes. Tough day. Splendid. You know what I mean? But like, she hates tattoos. I do the TT, roads, parachuting. I've done a lot. My mum. Oh, good for you. Good for you, son. You know what I mean? Game over tattoo. I will. You're getting half and nothing now. Cheers, man. It was most upsetting. So I was about to ask, what's your most bizarre tattoo you've ever done? But that's got. You tell me.
No,
is that not right? Go on then.
No, I'm pretty like. I think you can ask most tattooists, and we'll probably say the same. Like, nothing's really that weird because we're just very much like each to their own. If that's what someone wants to get. You know, because I think people see normal stuff and they're like, oh yeah, you know, you just get that. But if it's anything slightly out of the norm, like I tattooed a piece of pizza a few weeks ago and everyone thinks that's really weird, but it's like, it's just a piece of pizza. Do you know what I mean? It's not that deep. He likes pizza.
I don't know. That account you looked at that's got them weird tattoos.
Oh yeah, like there's some.
If somebody asks you to do that, I'm sorry.
There is some weird tattoos where they're very like erotic. There's a lot of like porn,
but weirdly
tattoos,
erotic, not like just normal, like naked. It was like,
oh yeah, no, they're like weird
full
stuff.
graphics.
Yeah,
but
you know, like.
I think.
Do you do tattoo eyebrows on and things like that? Do you do any facial tattoos?
I've done a few on the face, but nothing.
I've always thought it would be really cool to get, like when you go to the Lake District and there's the hunt on the big horses and things.
Yeah.
I've always thought if you had a huge back piece of like a big grand hunt,
yeah,
and then just a little fox's tail coming out your bum hole, I think that would look cool.
You've thought about that,
Chrissy, right?
I've always thought that.
I'm Chrissy. I don't earn a lot of money, right, at all. But I'm willing to help.
You're doing it for it.
Yeah. No, let me know a price. I'll work it off. But if we can make this happen, for the love of God, I will pay you every last penny I ever earned to get that on.
We can work something out.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I think you can just go with the foxtail.
Think.
Why not? Yeah.
Get it. Commit.
We're going to be setting up a GoFundMe.
Yeah. GoFundMe for the foxtail.
The money will go through the roof. You know, we can't get any money for our racing.
Yeah.
But a tattoo with a foxtail near his arsehole would go flying out the door. I'm telling you. But it's like, but you literally
have to do it on a live stream as well.
I'm not sure that would.
It'll be interesting to see how many followers commit.
I know.
The numbers would rapidly go up.
I was going to say, is it here or here? Like, which way is it going to go?
Then you'd ring the police on who were following this.
Yeah.
Just for social reasons. Yeah, but like, you've literally got one of the jobs that like astronaut, rock star, tattoo artist. It's like one of the most rock star jobs that not many people can commit to. Mm-hmm. It's a fair play to you to get a living out of it. You know what I mean? I can barely write my own name. Never mind.
I think it's one of those things when you do it, you don't like. It's not just a job. Obviously, I absolutely love it, but like, you don't see it the same as what people do. You know, like the amount of people you say, "Oh, what do you do?" And you say you're a no way. Oh my god, that's so cool. And it's like,
we do all think it though.
Yeah,
of course. But it's the commitment level, isn't it?
Yeah,
because it's not like you can get a rub it.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like you can't rub it out, can you?
No.
Like, how does it look? Great, mate.
Yeah,
that line is not
gonna
crispy.
Need a cover up on that one.
Get halfway through, like, remind us how you spell your missus's name.
I have done them wrong.
Oh, yeah.
That was the next one.
Have you spelled?
Not my fault though.
Oh, they've
given me the wrong thing.
Bollocks, you've changed the paper. Put that out.
No, I'm very like, I get them to write it out for me.
You got him.
See, that would be the classic case of like where I would really, really struggle with my awkward laugh. So if someone was like, mortified like that, and like it was completely their fault, there's nothing that I would not be able to. As soon as my lip starts to go.
I had the one that was more recent. It was like a couple of years ago. I tattooed the lad a few times, and it was he wanted like a feather thing, and he wanted like the date that his dad passed away. And I was already like, I'm like, are you sure you want that? Because obviously the feather obviously means, the same thing kind of thing. I was like, you don't necessarily have to have the date. Like, I'm not much of a datey person. I just kind of think something that's related to what it is or who it is quite a nice gesture, you know.
Yeah.
And he says, no, I want the date, blah blah blah. So I did it out, you know. I asked him what it was and everything, and he checked with his mom, but he'd like checked with his mum but hadn't waited for her to actually reply and say that it was that it was what it was. So a tattoo and everything, I did the date first, because that's like when you got your stencil, you need to, you know, make sure that it's in the right place and everything. The feather's a bit more like
Free.
not free,
Yeah.
a bit more like you don't have to worry about the stencil as much. But obviously the writing, you want to make sure it's nice and crisp. So I did that first, and then we was about half an hour in or whatever, and he goes, Lola, he goes, have you done the date? And I went, I knew straight away what he was going to say. I was like, why? And he goes, it did say so and so, did it? I went, no. And he went, oh, you're joking. I went, no, I'm actually not. And he was like, oh, fuck.
So you just have to leave it?
I just told him to pick the shit out of it and hope that it like scars up and the ink comes out, which I wouldn't obviously recommend to anybody.
And medical.
But I was like,
She did not give that advice out.
No, but I was like, that's the best hope you've got, because they're just little lines. It was literally about that big, this date.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the best hope you've got of it not, you know, like not staying. I was like, just try and, you know, pick it as much as you can so it like keeps scabbing and keeps kind of pulling it back out.
Yeah.
And he came back the next time and it was still like it was there, clear as day, the wrong date. He was like, I've picked
You
it
take
in all sorts. No, he says, I actually have. And he says, it's just healed up perfectly. I was like, well, it fucking would, wouldn't it? You know, of all times you want something to not heal up, and it healed up like perfect.
What about you for like in between all of your mad?
Astronaut.
The most boring thing.
Jet ski dealership. Here we go. Now.
Do you want to keep guessing? Because I don't think
You
you're
won't
going to
guess.
guess. Nah, never going to guess it, are you? Nah.
Professional golf caddy.
No.
In like insurance or something.
No.
Oh.
So, we're
Alloy refurbishment. I've never met one. They're just like a myth. They're like unicorns. They don't really exist.
I lick envelopes for a living.
Yeah, she's a professional envelope licker.
Please put that face. Please put them faces on.
That would be
That's
the
what's
thumbnail.
actually on a payslip.
Just like
Yeah, what do you actually do?
that. It's so
Basically,
This is why I'm like this.
we're the people before Royal Mail. So the people that print your letters, fold them, put them in envelopes, seal the envelopes,
like all you like
send them
council
out.
ones,
So
isn't it?
like your
Poll
voting
cards and
forms
stuff, yeah.
that you get.
And do you deliver them as well? Or?
No, we just give them to Royal Mail and Royal Mail deliver them.
Oh,
So
right.
we're just the people that start that. I know, like you never think, you just think you get a letter through the door and one person's printed it and put it in an envelope.
She's
No,
the
it's a
reason
big-
you get all that spam shit through your door. You know what I mean? You
And
get
you know
spam
that-
off the council.
Yeah,
Spam shit.
your council tax, you know, that big bill that says, you owe this.
Yeah.
We've
Cheers.
printed
She
that.
licked that.
Sorry, yeah.
We're in a global band, damn it. You what, mate? Fucking 9 to 5. Dolly Parton had it right. Good day, honey. A bird.
Do you, 'cause it,
What day I were?
am I right in
So I've had to
saying?
wait this long to come on here. I needed a bit of a break so I could talk.
Am I right in
Please
saying?
subscribe to their podcast to get her out that job. Just get this off the ground for the love of God. Please
Feel
subscribe.
sorry for me.
For just £3 a month, my tongue will recover.
Am I right in saying you're 7 times world champion? Is that right?
Yeah,
For the
not
jet
an
ski?
envelope lick.
No. Is that a thing?
And is that kind of like ran over like I literally know nothing about it. Is it ran
Yeah.
over like a little bit like bike racing where you have like a few different rounds and then it's points for rounds, or like how does it work?
Yeah, sadly not. It's just you go to America in Arizona and do 3 races. So you get a qualifying race and then 2 heats. And that's it. You become a world champion, which...
And is that basically like
Yeah.
is it cones in the sea that like a track? Is it
Yeah, boys, buoys, boys.
Oh, yeah.
We call them boys, but buoys.
Buoys.
Yeah.
That must be so hard. No, like the fact that like the visualization of it, because all of us we've got trees and like curbs, and you can see the track for miles, but that's literally a flat plain surface, like left or right.
Well, and they move like obviously because it's in water, they kind of move a little bit. They're not always in the same place. You know, you'll come up to on a road like obviously you know the track already, and it's probably going to be the same most of the way around unless the temperature changes or you get rain or something. Motocross, you get ruts get deeper. They might move a little bit, but not a lot. Ours is just constantly changing. You don't know where a wave's going to be. You don't know how rough it's going to be. When you start off, it's flat. When you're like 2 laps in, it's a little bit rougher. 4 laps in, it's mayhem. Like there's just waves everywhere. They move. The boys are moving. You know, so it is a bit difficult to read. But
is it colour sectored? I'm just trying to think. So it's like you go through like well, you tell me, how does it work? So start like, is it
I'd like to tell you which colour goes which way.
No,
but I forgot. I've actually forgot. So you get yellow and red. One, I think red's left, yellow's right. Or it could be the other way around. So they're all obviously every turn is their same colour. And then when you get to a split section, you got a blue split and a green split. So you can choose inside or outside. And that's the way it's run. But I don't know how a lot of people go wrong, because for me, when you learn a track, you learn it and it's there and it's set out. But a lot of people do go wrong in jet ski racing. They can't seem to put a picture of the track in their mind and follow it the whole way. They feel like they lose track. They'll do 4 or 5 laps and then suddenly go wrong.
Mm-hmm. And is that a time trial?
No, we're all in one race. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How many's in a grid then?
You're allowed 20 on the line.
Wow. Oh, so is it quite similar to racing into
30 on the line? I think you're allowed. Yeah.
Is it quite similar to like a motocross start, and then is it a case of like like actual race and tactics coming into it, like blocking and like sort of taking the inside and that sort of thing?
Yeah,
that's cool.
To make it fair, like to make it not so dangerous, because obviously you're going quite fast on water, and the track's not as big as motocross. They split it, so some of you go on an inside track and some of you go on an outside track. Then you meet again after you've done. Usually the inside is quite technical, so that obviously the outside,
a bit like joke lane, isn't it?
Yeah, so the guys on the outside get faster. Yeah.
And is there many females that compete?
Not really, no.
So
there's a few, but not so many. There's a couple more now, but when I did it, there was a class at the World Finals, but most of the time you just ran with the men. And
internationally, is it spread right across different nations, or is it mainly dominated by like a certain nation?
No, it's wide across a lot, but America probably have a lot, but they have a lot of any athlete, don't they? They're the same in any sport, aren't they? But yeah, they've got quite a lot of riders, but Britain has quite a few.
Really?
Yeah, quite a few good guys as well. Yeah.
I bet I bet you found yourself at like the world finals, and like your parents are just sat there thinking like, how on earth did this happen? Like, from the middle of England to like somewhere in the middle of America, like it is.
They loved it though. They absolutely loved it. Like
because you're taking them sunny holidays.
Is there anywhere you can? Is it televised, or is there any way you can kind of watch races?
Not the one. So the one that I won all the world championships, that was on the stand-up jet ski. And then I went on to aquacross, which was more like enduro on motocross bikes. So going from motocross to enduro, it's the same sort of thing, and that's on the ocean. And then you can't even see, so you could hardly see where your next buoy was. So the buoy was probably as big as this trailer. Obviously stood up on the end, and you had to focus on that, travel to that, then do a turn, then find your next one, travel to that, do another turn, and they were 30 minutes plus a lap. They were the hardest. They're one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, them races, because it's on the ocean. It could be the swells.
Waves.
Yeah, the swells could be massive. And you're on the big jet skis, the sit down ones then, and they go 80 mile an hour. Probably going about water. 85, yeah. And then you're trying to go, so then it gets rough, but you've got to go the fastest you can go on that rough. You know, like if you just,
It reminds us of, I'm like a massive Only Fools and Horses fan. Do you know the one where he sets off and he can't steer it? Have you ever seen that?
No.
I've never seen that one.
No, I've not seen that one.
They go to Miami.
Yeah.
Have you not seen this?
No.
What?
Not seen that one.
There's a trip to Miami, and basically when they get there, the like top gangster in the area Del Boy is the spitting image. Like, obviously on the thing they use Del Boy for the same character, but like the story is like, and this gangsters bit, they basically need to make it out as if they basically need to get rid of Del Boy, pretending to be this gangster.
Yeah.
So the sons set him up on this jet ski, and they put the throttle on, and you can't steer it, and it just sets him off, and it's just exactly like that.
Flat out, just like,
You must be a very competent swimmer to be comfortable like doing that.
Here comes a curveball. She can't swim.
We have a life jacket on.
yeah.
Not on standby. No.
Yeah. You must
stay on the fucking thing.
do you swim?
Yeah.
Yeah. You must be like pretty competent.
Yeah, I'm all right at swimming, but you do have a life jacket, but obviously they only keep you afloat for so long. But
Because as far as safety gear, you wear motocross lids, don't you?
Yeah.
Because like I've only done motocross a couple of times in the rain, and them things get bloody heavy.
Yeah.
You know, you must go like a reverse boy. You'd be
I never noticed when I was on a jet ski that there was that much weight in it, because I didn't do motocross, and when I did jet ski I didn't really do, well, I started when I did the enduro one, I did start motocross, but you never really notice because I'd done it all my life and that's all I'd known, so I didn't know it was that heavy. But now if I put one on after.
Have you ever been on a jet ski?
I have, but never a stand up one. But they're much harder aren't they, the stand up ones. So you learned at 5-year-old a stand up jet ski.
That's class.
Fair play. Can you do any flips?
I've done a backflip.
Red Bull ringer.
Can I just ask, how do you build up to a backflip on a jet ski? Because like
How did I build up to it? Didn't.
You just went for it. Just committed.
I've for years. So Lee Stone, who's world champion, God knows how many times now, I don't even know, and it's really hard in freestyle to get that. They have so many rounds to get it. It's the same round, but they accumulate points over that. They do their first one, then they do a night one, then they do the next day one. It's really, really competitive. He's won it God knows how many times now. He was like, I've known him for years, and he said, "Oh, you're going to do a backflip? This has got to be 8-9 years ago." I'm like, nah. No, actually, no. Then I was like, yeah, got that. Then as it went on, I was like, oh, he's actually real. Like, he's going to make me do it. One day he is going to make me do it. And, you just avoid it all the time. I was like, I'll do it next time. No, I've not got any. No, I can't go on. I've not got a bikini or whatever. Then we got to a time, he was at a lake. I was on my jet surf at that time. That's another sport that I do, jet surf. So I was on that, and he turned up at the same lake, and he said, "You're doing it today. You're doing a backflip." And this is a 1200 cc. What do you call them? Revolver. Oh shit, I don't know. Yeah.
So it's
one of his.
Is 1200 like the highest like superbike of like jet skis, or what? What's
you wouldn't
CC?
even get a jet ski. That is way too powerful. Like our one, so we run 300. I don't know what cc they are actually. But anyway, the stand up that I did was an 850, so you can go an 850.
Yeah.
So, and obviously his is now a 1200 and a stand up. So this is like a little thing as well. Yeah, 1200. I got on it, pulled the throttle, and I nearly went for the backflip without even doing anything. It was that powerful, and you can't run them for too long. They're that powerful. You can't just, like at my one, I'd race you go full gas up to a turn. No, you wouldn't be able to do this on this because they're that powerful. But
what kind of throttle are they? Twist throttle or thumb throttle or
finger?
Finger throttle.
Yeah. So you brake.
I love
a good front. No, that's like the brake. Now.
All right, I think.
But I love a good front brake now because I'm so used to it being my throttle. I end up just pulling my front brake up. That's exactly what I do, isn't it? And you get off the front brake.
Yeah. Do you have a brake as well?
No. So you do on the sit downs now. They've now created one.
Right.
Because the tourist crashing them by any chance.
Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's all getting the bad name. Yeah. Jet skis do get a bit of a bad name, but yeah. So I went on his jet ski, and I thought, right, I knew what I had to do. You have to kind of take the jet ski, slide it, and then as it sinks in, pull the throttle and a trim so that the nozzle goes down to force the water. Yeah, to force the nozzle down so that the water jets you up, propels you up.
So you create your own wake, and then literally you
it's
submerge
just the
it
back
and then...
going in. Yeah, they used to create a wave on the old jet skis. And it just flicks it out. My hardest thing, because I've raced, obviously I'm going to lean in to turn it. I don't want a jet ski to slide out. My whole life I've made a jet ski not slide out, and now I've got to let it slide on the top of the water to go down. So I tried it 3 times, couldn't get that slide. And as I got the slide, I just let the back sink, pulled that flip, and I went 3/4 of the way round. And he was like, "You've got that, go again." So I just did it. I did it one more time, slid out, went round, and just flipped me over. I didn't even know what happened. I didn't know I'd done a backflip. I didn't know. It was so quick and powerful. it was unbelievable, really. But I loved it. I'd definitely do it. I'd do it again. I did it again on a lower CC one because he created a lower CC one that was much harder. I must have had 20 attempts at that one.
I've got to come do this. Please invite me to your next. I am begging.
Yes.
I've got a list of backflips that I've got to go, and that's on the list. So I didn't know this till right now, but I need a backflip of jet ski.
Do you still do you say ride jet skis?
Yeah.
Do you still ride very often?
No, never. No.
Is that just because you don't have the opportunities or the time?
Yeah, I'm not really.
You do your jet surf now.
Yeah, I do my jet surf now. So
is that on lakes or?
Yeah. We do a couple of them on the sea. It's a surfboard with an engine.
Right.
That is so fun. You've got to try that. I know you want to try a backflip.
I know, I want to do the jet ski backflip.
Yeah, the jet surfing looks way more fun, I think.
What are you like in the water then?
I don't know.
You've not even been on it yet.
No, I've been on a jet ski, but only like a tourist one on holiday. But yeah.
That's why they've got brakes on now.
Yeah, it's definitely because of me.
She's flat stick like that.
I couldn't see a thing when I went on one. You know, and you're like,
yeah, the
fucking
salt.
seawater in your eye.
The salt, yeah.
See?
I would love a bash on one. Like, what's in terms of injuries, is it like quite dangerous? Like, do you hurt yourself very often?
No.
Quite safe.
Yeah.
Just in general, what's both of your best injuries?
I've never broke anything.
Have you not?
Or done anything?
Yeah. Well, you've done Moped Mayhem for 8 years and you've never.
Oh, you fucking shut up!
I know. Yeah, I'm going tomorrow.
No. That jinx does not count. This will be out after that,
Yeah.
so that I'm ruling that jinx clean out. But I am going nowhere near you.
Don't need that kind of negativity.
Mine. My favourite one on a motocross bike was my finger. I dislocated my finger, and it just went over this way, and I think we all went out together. Like, there's quite a big group of us, and we went around. It was at Apex. Went around the back, and they were all behind me. All the lads were behind me. I hit the wall, and I don't know how, when you're holding on to a handlebar, does this finger only go that way? And it was completely. I'll show you the picture after.
Yeah.
It was completely over here, and I went to get up, and you know when you're not aware, are you? Usually when you do an injury, you go to get up, and I went, don't think that's right. There was a guy behind. You're all right. I went, don't think so. It's like, huh. The guy was like, I was like, come on, mate. You're like race motocross. Why are you looking at me like that? You've got to have seen worse injuries.
There's you missing 3 teeth, man. Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, I'm like, God, it's fine. It's only a finger, innit? Don't need that one. What does that one do?
Nothing.
Like,
Nothing. You don't need that one.
No.
You don't need that one.
It's like, it's fine.
Can we edit that into like a buzzer game noise? You know, like, Lola.
That's going to be my new alarm.
University challenge.
Definitely wake you up, that, won't it?
Yeah.
Instead of Durham University, Lola.
The best thing is you never know when it's coming. Something can even be not that funny. No, it's not even that funny, but it just comes out.
So, do you know, going onto the podcast, so the Fast XX stuff, which guests are you like most looking forward to having on? And I guess who are you like, if you could have any female extreme sports person in the world, who would you pick?
I'll get the notepad, Chrissy.
I genuinely don't have one. Like, I know it's so boring. That's such a boring shit answer, but like,
I'm just looking forward to finding like new people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're not really like.
And I just genuinely love hearing about what everyone's doing.
Yeah, we're not really like massive fan. I wouldn't say like I'm a fan of.
You know, like you've got your usual top people or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. I fully applaud what they do and everything, and I think they're sick. But I wouldn't say that there's like like your Valentino Rossi's of the world. Like, I wouldn't go, like I'm desperate.
I'd like to talk to people like Vicky Golden.
Yeah.
Vicky Golden, like how she rides the way she does on a motocross bike. And she races. Right? Yeah, and she's raced, and literally she's like one of the lads, isn't she? The way she rides and stuff, like, be sick. It'd just be nice to talk to someone that...
She rides with like, that Twitch used to be a Metal Militia.
Oh, aye.
Yeah. And then,
right. Yeah. Well, there's a mentor and a half right there.
All those Californian freestyle badass people.
Jesus.
Like, not saying like I don't really have any fans. I'm not like a fan of anyone, but just want to see
really
how
fangirl, do we?
How they've got to where they are, and like they are massive, and like I don't know, like loads of different girls, because I know they're all out there, and you do too. Like we know they're there, but what do they do? Like you don't really hear about them and get to know what goes through their head and how they got to where they are.
Like everyone's got a story, haven't they? Everyone's got something to say about even how they got there. If it's been a struggle to get there, even if it's been easy to get there, sometimes people want to hear.
Yeah,
It was actually pretty easy. Like some people.
There's always a lot of like funny stories along the way. And just,
exactly.
Like, interesting things.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That's the good thing about your like podcast idea is that it's opened up like a massive variety of sports, right? Like we're like chasing the race, and so it's like it's a racing podcast. So like, it's quite hard to diverse out of that. There's obviously a lot of different disciplines, but your podcast can literally reach anyone.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Why didn't we think of that?
Is there anything else in the world like what you're doing that you're setting up that you're aware of?
We don't think so. We've
not at the
we've
minute.
had a look round and we couldn't find anything.
We've like searched, the normal things you would search if you were trying to listen to girls like in extreme sports or any sort of sports, and there's running.
Yeah, there's ones about certain sports,
football,
but not necessarily like
things like that. But extreme sports is just something else, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I always think I don't know how anyone does it. Well, we do it ourselves, but like men doing it as well. Like an extreme sport is fucking scary. Like it is scary. Whichever one you look at, I always think there's a scare factor to it. So then to think that these girls are smashing it in it as well. They're not just doing it. They're like smashing it. Their fear's not really there. We spoke to Catherine Booth, didn't we, on one of our episodes, and like she just sat there telling us, rolling off all the injuries she's had, and she still loves it and wants to go out there and win.
Can't wait
and like
to go back and
so it's just it's just wicked to see that and hear it from the person themselves, really.
I think for me it's really cool, and like I like seeing it on like say both of your Instagrams and just in general. Like I think I've watched a few of your YouTube videos on YouTube channel, and I think it's really cool to see the enthusiasm that you have. Like say if it's Connor, isn't it? That
yeah.
Like to see like you and Connor like both packing the van with both of your bikes, going to an enduro, both being covered in mud, and just go out in the fresh air, enjoying the sport for what it is. Really having a great time. And I think I'm a big believer in free choice and like sort of there should be no or limit the sort of barriers to entry. And it's for girls that want to get into like say bike racing, there should be no sort of barriers for them. And so although lots of girls might choose not to, and that's fine, like if they want to do something else, but to have those doors open and just to show like what like I said, I think it is class, and like seeing you
because it is usually very intimidating, really, for girls to try and get into stuff, isn't it? When it is male dominated. Like I say, if you're trying to get into a motocross or whatever, then you have to go to like a practice track because you can't just ride around everywhere. I was lucky I had my own little field and shit to razz about on, but not everyone's got that, have they? So if you want to go and have a go at something, it's hard to get into it without putting yourself right in at the deep end, which I guess that's obviously why you sorted out the ladies MX day and stuff like that
talk
for
about
that kind of thing.
I remember seeing
that. It was for that reason, pretty much, isn't it?
Did you just organise? So did you just put it on social media, hire a track, and then?
Yeah, it was one of them things that when you just talk about with someone for ages, like with other people, and everyone's
you
like,
hear it from everyone, don't you? All the time. It'd be
good to do a ladies' day. We should do a ladies' day. We should do one. You wait around for people to do it. You think, well, all right, do one then. Like,
it never happens.
Do it. No one did it. I thought, right, that's it. I'm doing it. I've had enough of waiting. Like, I'll try one. And I thought I'll probably get 10, 15 people because I know a few that do it. So I thought, they might be interested in it if they're free. And then I booked. I thought, well, if there's only going to be 10, 15, I'll book Motor 101 because I know Ryan who owns it. So I thought, he'll help me out. If I don't get that many, he won't be too bothered about it.
If you don't mind me asking, how much is to like rent a motocross track? Roughly.
So some of them all have different kind of costs, don't they? But
yeah, I think Ryan, it was about $350 or something, was it?
Yeah.
Is it? Was it more than that?
I think it's $500.
Oh, because it's 20. It's 15 riders, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's definitely not calling on a favour. There is there's an outlay to do with this.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's about £500. I thought, well, I'll do that and then see how many girls I get. The first day I got 15 or 20 of releasing it. I just released it on my Instagram. Maybe on my Facebook. I've only got a Facebook sports page. I'm not a Facebook user. I just have a page for it. But I like Instagram. So I posted it all over Instagram, made a page for it, made it official so that people knew it was me. It's not being run by someone and they don't know what's going to happen. Then about 2 weeks later, I got another 10. So that's already like 25. I was like, all right, that's pretty good. We got closer and closer to it. And the first lockdown happened. And it was just after that lockdown they opened again. I got 100 girls. 100 motocross girls. I didn't even know. I had no idea, and I know that sounds really bad, but I had no
I
idea.
didn't know there was that many.
100 girls, because you go to a track, you may see one if you're lucky, like another one, and I always go, oh, hey, how you doing, or like watch them. I think it's cool.
Like,
Like,
track loads of times, and I'm the only one there, the only girl.
yeah. So to get 100 girls, I thought, oh my god, that's absolutely amazing.
What was the reach on that? Like, was it like from London to Scotland? Like,
All over, wasn't it?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's
all
like
over.
trying to get them to one
And
location.
what was good is obviously saying about, trying to get people, or people wanting to get into it. There was a fair few on there that had borrowed like their friend's bike, they'd never been out on one before, or people, coming two in a van or whatever, sharing the bikes, going in different classes. And
a lot of them did like flat tracking or a bit
come from different sports,
Yeah, bit of like road racing or something, and they just thought, oh well, we want to try that. We'll borrow a friend's bike or boyfriend's or brother's or whatever.
Yeah.
And they all came down, absolutely loved it. They all just asked me, when's the next one? When are you going to do another one? So I then did another one later on the next year. Still got 60 came to the next one, which I did a bit more southern to try and get people that couldn't make it from London and stuff that it was just a little bit
weather on that one.
At the start, but then it turned out really,
it turned
really
out
well.
mint, but it did piss it down all night.
And then that's where this idea came from, to release this, because to realise there's so many women out there that are actually interested in it and do want to hear about other girls and love bigging up other girls as well.
Do you know what? I would say like 5-6 years ago, if you booked on for like a No Limits track day, you'd maybe see one or two females.
Yeah.
Over the last few years, the percentage is grown and grown and grown, like pretty much every year.
Yeah.
And No Limits did that female only race.
Yeah.
And there was there like a full grid for that.
Yeah.
And every track day you go to, like I say, you're seeing loads of females getting into it. So there's definitely is like we had one of our Patreon questions was so extreme sports is like niche anyway, but then females in extreme sports is even more of a niche.
Yeah.
But there is still lots of people, and I do think I think like your podcast idea. There might be people like on the fence that maybe haven't never sort of dipped the toes into it, but like listening to like the enthusiasm that you both have and the people that you have on the podcast, and then they might like think to themselves, well, why not, and just get stuck in.
That's it. It's for everyone,
My little sister is.
Thanks to you, you're gonna get a lot of families' accounts drained. I no longer want to go to art school. See that YZ125? Bye, mate.
My little sister's
rightly so as well.
My little sister does all the editing for this podcast, all the video editing and stuff. But I've got a little 140, and she's never shown any interest in bikes whatsoever. Obviously, with me racing, she's always come to the BSB and like watched it and stuff, but just not showing any interest to ride. And I was going over to Rower like sometime, I think it was like 6 months ago or something, and she's just completely out the blue. I think I was going to like collect something. She was just like, "Oh, can I come and like have a go?" And I was like, well, yeah, definitely, but like I just never expected it. Yeah. So we went to get it. Can you remember the boot story? I went to get some boots. I'll just quickly tell that story. So I had leathers, I had helmet, had gloves. The only thing she needed was boots in her size. So I went on Facebook Marketplace, found these boots right next to our house. Alpine Star wants her size, perfect. And on the way there, I said to her, they were 50 quid, and I said, I was trying to teach her to barter for things. So I said, when we get there, I said, as long as you try and barter him down, so offer him less than 50. Yeah. Even if he says no, I'll pay it and buy them for you. Yeah. But if you don't try and chip him, you're going to have to pay them. Yeah. So we got there, and she was like running through in her head, and just getting all nervous about it and that. And then we pulled up, and the bloke got the boots up, she put them on, and she said, "Oh, I can't get the zip up." And I was thinking, "No, that's really clever, like pretending that like the zip's not very good." So I went and gave her a hand and like pretended it was a bit stiff. And then he went, "Well, what they're like?" And she like looked down and looked up and said, "There's 50 quid." Completely bottled. We both got in the van, and we're both like crying with laughter all the way home. Like she's completely
She tried with the zip. She gave it.
Yeah, give it a go. But took her and she loved it.
You'll have to get her on as a guest. Just for that one moment.
She got her knee down on the first day.
What?
And it's like
you have to send her the video. You've got to see this video of the pair of you. You've never ever seen a more happy person. No, in period. Like literally,
I was like a proper racing
half a day. It was proper, like it was. But that's the thing. Are you going to just follow the motocross element, or because how much was your Rower for the day? which was like just a go-kart track in the north there, but...
Router is, I think it works out. Depends how many people go, but between if there's only a few of you, I think if 5 people go, it works out like 100 quid a day. It's quite expensive to be fair. You rent the whole track. It is
It's
But they're the things though, because imagine if you get like that massive market and you think, well, this like, well, how much are you planning on doing this? Like, you know, these days.
Well, that's your thing.
Oh, the Ladies' Day.
Yeah. Is it
It'd go as far as it. I meant like it'll take
once a year, twice a year, just see what interest you gather on the way.
Yeah, I did it twice a year. Twice this year.
Yeah, you've done 2 this year.
Yeah, I did twice this year. Did one the year before. So it's just like building on it, and it's just however many people want, and people,
of course
it is.
and people have wanted another one this year, so they wanted a third one this year. So
which is good.
Yeah, but it's all right. People saying it, it's like getting people to go as well. I don't just want people saying, we want another one. I do all the planning, book all the things. People think it's easy. It's not. I have to reply to everyone's messages.
You're keeping it a lot more like niche as well. You know, if you did it 3 or 1 to 3 times a year, people got more excited to do it rather than watering it down kind of thing. Because that happens in any discipline, doesn't it? It's like training day. People get sick, don't they?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what sport that is. So brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But you've got to see this.
So it got to the end of the day, and she was so close, and I was like, right, we are not going home until you get your knee tapped. And she just kept trying, and then this was the last one.
Get the volume up.
Oh my God, bless her.
It's like the commitment to the bob mid-turn, like me, I'm like, I'm like, she held that like years of racing teach you about chatter control. She experienced everything in one turn.
She stacked it as well. The only time that bike's been crashed is it just went, because it was only her on the track, and then all of a sudden it just went quiet and right at the far end, and I had a GoPro on, and she literally just
worst noise
horrible
ever.
It's just clipped the inside thing, just rode straight and dropped it, and she just laid there and didn't move.
Oh no!
And my mate seen her and like obviously thought it was serious, and then she just wasn't phased at all. Just got straight back on and just
having a lie down.
I'd like to get her back out really. Yeah. I'm not pushing her into it at all, but if she wants,
enjoy it though.
and I'm definitely gonna get her out on a trials bike as well, because I love doing that. I think
that's a good thing, because now that, like, going back to that point of like, you've got a market now, it's a bit like, I feel like I'm just trying to get you out the post office as like that's what I'm trying to do here. But you're like, like different disciplines with your crowd, people who are going to follow your path and everything like that. It's like you could go do like the tarmac, you could go potentially do the trials here. I'm just giving you shitloads of work here. But, it's like you say,
I think it is. As long as people actually follow through with it. Like as long as people actually, people always say, "Oh yeah, that's cool," and then you're like, "Well, yeah, come on then."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh no."
Because you just need it like a handful of hardcores, don't you? Like in everything. Say, imagine if you got 20, and 20 in anything is hard. But imagine if you got 20 of those lasses to actually go to every discipline. You eventually end up in Florida on a jet ski. That's the prize, ladies. Full expense paid. Pray for pay.
So in terms of, for people who want to sort of follow your progress and stuff on the podcast, are you doing the same as us in terms of going out on YouTube and as an audio podcast as well?
Yeah.
And are you aiming for sort of one a week or one every fortnight?
Kind of hoping.
We thought fortnight, but then we put the question out, to our viewers, and they said once a week. So
don't go with the once.
Yeah, we're not really sure, but
we're not sure, because obviously we have jobs as well. Which
But we want with the listeners that they're going to listen to the Fast XX. We do want it to be men and women.
Yeah, we want just aiming for women.
Yeah, we want like the guys to hear this and be inspired. Like, especially if they've got daughters, sisters, friends that would probably want to get into it. It's great to get them to listen, because I know a few people that go, when I'm obviously go riding motocross with my boyfriend, he's got friends that do it, and their missus come and they'd never wanted to have a go before, but then they see a girl going around and they kind of get a different view. I never thought of it like that before, but they do get a different view because they've actually seen a girl do it.
They never really thought they could, and then they see you doing it, and then they're like, oh.
Not that you're any good, they're not going, they're fast, so I want to do it.
They just didn't think that they could even make it out there.
Yeah. Didn't it? Girls can do it as well. Like it's not.
You don't have to be good. You don't have to be fucking, trying to be the best either. You're just going out and having fun, because that's what it is.
I tell you what, that's the one thing that's massively difficult. Like in all sports, it's like how much it's changed. It's so much more corporate. You need that media training, and to be honest, that's something that we're going to have to try in the future, isn't it? It's like we've got like our mate Sugar Tits, and his son, right, is rapid. It's a long story about. We're not going to go down memory lane every time we mention it. Sugar Tits, right? His son, right, is unbelievably rapid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the mad thing is, he's going to grow up in that. You know, he's mint hot, like with the social media element. But actually, sitting down with a microphone, that's going to be the next stage for him. You know, to actually produce that up.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm talking about him is like the list we could give you, because like watching him in that younger crowd racing motocross, there's one lass called I'm gonna have to get a full name for you.
Yeah.
Like they're proper family friends. They always park up next. She's called Libby.
Yeah.
Right, and she is like chasing Sugar. Now little Sugar is, I mean, scary quick. He's like motocross champion, everything like that. And Libby is on the actual. The only time I've seen her come in upset is because she was getting upset that she was getting it wrong. Now her wrong standard is my quickest lap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She is beyond quick.
And she's on a motocross.
Gas, little 85, big wheel. And she is...
I might have... Yeah, I don't know if I've seen her.
Probably have. She's absolutely flat, like absolutely ramming the lads off the track and stuff like that. And it's just like, that's the next stage, you know. It's like getting... If you can be able to achieve that, that would be mint. And it's something that we're going to have to look at in the future. But if you got that younger crowd on again, why are you doing it? That would be mint.
Yeah,
absolutely mint.
I will just give you a quick shout out for your YouTube channel as well. I've seen it. You did, you know, your first ever motocross race?
Yes.
Where that on board, and then it's really funny.
Is that one where you crash up the?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
There's one,
it was. It
there's
was
one where you let everyone go, and then you just off the start.
I think it was.
And then, but it's class like overtaking loads and like getting proper stuck in. It's really good, and all the enduro stuff. And like I said earlier,
I like Lola's videos because she just talks on them.
Yeah.
She's like talking to herself while she's going, "Oh, you're an idiot."
Yeah, like there's the one at Moped Mayhem. Not last year, the year before, I think it was, and you know Corey Tinker, obviously. His dad's only got one arm, and I didn't know it was his dad or anything either. And I was going around the track, and he come past me on the the bottom banks, like the south bank bit, and he come around me there, and I was looking, I was like, that fucker's just gone past me like with one arm off. I was like, fuck me, I'm busting my arse here trying to go around this corner. Went around the next corner, and then I looked and I went, oh shit, he's only got... And I actually said on the video, I went, fucking hell, he's only got one arm. I was like, fucking hell. I was like, he's fucking fast.
He is fast. Isn't he? See, I've done no limits.
I couldn't believe it.
On 1,000 cc's, and he is flying. Yeah. But you've got to feel sorry for people who are doing track days, like, thinking they're on it. And then he comes past one arm. Like...
And then I got round a bit further around the lap, and it was after you go, like, through the S bit, then the left, and then you go around the right there. And it was just there, and I was still going... Look at him! He's got one fucking arm.
I was so for comedy value, just go watch the YouTube to listen to.
But no, you've got it is really cool. And like I said earlier, do you know just the enthusiasm that you both have for life, but also for the racing and the things. I think it's brilliant, and hopefully there will be like people who are inspired. No, like young girls who are inspired by older girls as well.
Yeah,
but just girls in general.
And the wisdom on the right here is wait till 2 years in. You'll suck it out of each other, no problem whatsoever. All that enthusiasm will go out the window. The podcast will become soulless.
So what is it you do?
How'd you get into it?
That's it. No, but seriously,
if I had to say, what are your top tips for running a podcast? What would you say? I would, like I said earlier, I would try and get at least 1 week ahead, just so you've got a bit of breathing space and you're not under pressure. What would you say?
That just shows how useless I am on this show, you know what I mean? I'm the fall guy, you know what I mean? I'm literally the fall guy. No, just I like all the... keep your chin high, you know, even if you want to punch your co-host, try not to.
I love all the...
Just smile and wave. You know the Madagascar penguins?
Yeah.
Think of them.
Yeah.
Smile and wave, boys.
Smile and wave.
Smile and wave, ladies.
Yeah. So when you see that one of them where one of us is just nodding along.
In a year, that flamingo tattoo's going to have a company penguin mates. Sound advice from the chasing race lads.
Have you your artwork that you've done? I presume you've done the artwork, have you?
No.
That was done by
the main bit of us, and the actual name was Rad
FMX
Designs, and then I did like the background and the other little bit, didn't I?
Yeah, you just added a little bit to
that
it.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, very. It's nice though.
No. We just wanted something fun, something to kind of attract people in to know it's just a fun podcast. We don't want to be too serious on it. Like we want to, a bit like you guys, just keep it keep it fun, just a chat.
Chrissy wanted it serious. It's me that levels it out. You know,
Yeah.
like I say, I'm the idiot on the show, but
Neither of us are that serious.
No, we ain't serious. No.
But we do have a lot of love for the sport. Like we know there's a lot of people out there. Not it can happen in either sex, but some people are out there and they don't have the same love for it. But we probably just love the sport. It's not about this podcast again. It wasn't about getting us out there.
No,
it's about getting everyone
it's
else
the other
out
people
there.
on it that we care about.
That you'd wished you'd not really wished you'd got, not to get famous or to get anywhere, but you wish you'd got when you rode, because you then get the you
like
keep
helping
your
other people
sponsors.
out.
You keep your sponsors happy. It pushes what you've actually achieved. It's nice to hear what everybody else has achieved. A bit like you guys on here. You know, you want to appreciate what people have achieved and how they got to where they were, whether they're trainers, whether they're racers, whatever they are. It's a bit cool to just hear a bit of a background in it.
Yeah,
So.
it is also really cool to have a niche as well, and like because you of the niche that you've got, you very quickly can be the biggest podcast in the world of your niche type of thing, which is really cool. And also from like a marketing point of view as well. You know, there's a huge market for like a female motocross girls, female this, female that, and you'll be like the people, you know, like in terms of the podcast, that thing. So you'll have like a real sort of strong place for advertising and stuff as well, which is always nice.
So don't forget us when you're millionaires, please. You know, we're always looking for sponsors for the show. Like, please, we're sponsored by another podcast. Corporate whores, Chrissy. We really are.
Right. Well, before you go, we've actually got a little. I don't know if you've seen this because we've only just started it recently, but we've got a little game.
God.
Every podcast we do.
We've not seen it.
Motocross versus jet ski. Oh, this is gonna be.
No, I'll show you. So I'll show you the leaderboard first, where we're at. So basically, it's like very basic.
Ready.
There we go. So it's like basically a strength game. So far,
So I'm getting.
are you familiar with Brad
taking it
Howell and
serious.
Peter Hickman?
I know Peter Hickman,
Yeah, they're top with 13.5. We've got Brad Clark 12, Steve Rogers.
How are these going to feel if we beat them?
Mortified. 100% mortified.
Steve
Brad
Rogers
Hall is a beast. Like a beast.
Steve Rogers runs the McCann's BSB team,
Yeah.
team owner. Bjorn Esterman, Jack Byrne, a goal commentator, and Zoe Byrne, who looks after all of my PR stuff, and like she's a journalist, motorsport journalist. But basically, very simple game. You just grab these scales, straight arms like that, and you just have to squeeze as hard as you can. You get 2 chances, so you're like that. What was that?
Wow.
Like 10 or
12,
something. Was that 12? That's about as good as I can do, to be honest. So who wants to go first?
God, I was right for doing. I was right for doing that.
If you move this out of the way.
Yeah,
Got no grip.
I tell you what,
Go
if
on,
you
you
could wear
go
her
first.
out
I'm gonna-
before
I'm
Moped
gonna air
Mayhem,
out.
that would be
Yeah.
ideal.
Yeah.
That'd be like, if you keep
gonna be
gripping
like,
that for like
failed.
about 100
Yeah.
times,
So if you go,
she'll have arm pump
Fail.
before.
you go bang in the middle.
No, you got to do it again.
If you get your palms on, like on the back.
Oh, God, here we go.
Rings on.
Rings off.
Who wants
Getting
that?
serious.
And then if you do straight arms,
Earrings will be out next.
No, that's it.
straight arms.
Straight arms. No cheating.
Yeah,
did you
straight
call
arms
me?
like that, yeah. And then just 3, 2, 1, and then just squeeze as hard as you can.
Go on.
So stop. You get 2 goals, so that was 8. That's a good start. You always get slightly
Arm
more
pump.
on your second
Is
one.
it better to give it a, or is it better to hold?
You have to hold for points. You have to hold
You'll
for
be
points.
you'll be great with your jet ski finger.
I'm not sure.
My hands are
What,
fucked
just a
from tattooing.
finger? Yeah, to beat them, I'm just going to do a finger. Yeah, cool.
To be fair, 8.
Bang.
Yeah.
Got a sharp edge on it, you know.
Yeah, no, it damages your hand.
Oh, come on, don't blame the equipment. Everyone's
gotta go
doing
back
the
to
same
work,
thing.
you know.
Come on.
Right. Ready?
These
Straight
hands
arm.
are my life.
Straight arms and
Go.
go
Hit
for
my
it.
elbow.
Come
I'm
on.
sweating already.
I
I'm
actually
sweating with
did
the
hurt
pressure
my
of
elbow,
this.
you know, pressing it out.
What?
I've done something to my elbow.
Ready?
Commit.
Go on. Oh, I think the first one's going to be better. So we'll go for
Fucking hell,
8.
that
I tell you what, 8.
This is a psychological play game here. That's Nax.
I'll take
I'm
that down.
sweating already. I'm getting.
I'll take that down on my phone so I don't forget.
I love these two. Gone. You got the heater on in there, but you don't need it now, do you? This is you're right. Good. This is good. Moped Mayhem. This is good. Here we go.
That's
She's a
again.
win.
No. I'm testing how I'm going to do
Oh
it.
no, you get 2 cracks.
getting
Come on, no
serious.
cheating.
I'm getting
No
serious.
cheating.
Yeah, you got to practice. So do your practice run. Go on, squeeze.
Jeez.
Oh, that was bang on 8.
And that was a practice run. Go on.
So have a rest,
Oh, didn't
hard,
it?
yeah.
It hurts.
and then
Ready?
go on. I've got 8.5. Just beaten. Great effort
That
anyway.
kills.
I'll tell you what, in a year from now, these two are going to be coming like totally hinged.
I'm getting the scales when I go. And I'm going to get this. Can we go back on? Can we go back on? Sorry, that didn't work.
I love that. Imagine your other half. Like, I can't just put weight on. How do you know? She ripped the scales in half. She's that upset. Like, she doesn't look like she.
You got any scales? Yeah. What are you doing?
Fair play. Well done. Fair play.
Is it knocked your hands?
Cause an injury here. Oh God.
Suing.
The commitment level. You've literally ripped your hands apart. There you go.
I'm there.
There's no. Did you sign the form?
Yeah.
Before you go in, like,
Waiver.
yeah, the waiver.
Yeah.
Thank
I
God
don't
for
remember
that.
actually.
Piggy? Yeah, Piggy was here vetting you before you came in. Yeah, clear. There you are, clear. But no, honestly, I don't know what else to say, but honestly, thank you so much, and seriously, good luck. You'll love it. Just keep
Thank
cracking
you for
on.
having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And we'll see
been a
you
pleasure.
see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
and
see you tomorrow.
If you get your levers and stuff, we'll see you tomorrow as well. So there you go. And obviously, for all our listeners, please follow your everything, YouTube, the Instagram, the lot, and just keep an eye on the job. It's absolutely class.
Thank you.
Yeah, and massive thank you to our sponsors, Colchester Kawasaki, and of course our patrons. Are you on Patreon?
No.
It's
No.
good.
There will be soon.
Yeah, it's a very good way to sort of have support for your podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To kind of build a community, and we do.
For all the travelling and stuff, it massively helps with the diesel and everything. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? We don't get loads in, but it
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
a huge difference to keep the show going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And without the patrons, we would be.
You can basically
scuppered.
like
We would be.
you can basically set scales. So we run 3 tiers, and so the basic tier, which is I think something like £2 a month. You get to find out who's coming on the podcast and get to ask questions or people like know in advance. For the middle tier, we do £5 a month, and you get to obviously ask questions, but you also get the podcast early, so you get them
Right.
like 4 days beforehand. And we sometimes do we do like live streams, so like Zoom catch-ups and like quizzes and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Which is
Giveaways.
good.
Yeah.
It is really funny when you're all on and you just have a bit banter.
Yeah.
And then for the top tier, obviously same again, and we'll also do like sort of weekly or bi-weekly giveaways and like get guests to like sign stuff
Yeah.
and just be a bit more involved again. So
Yeah.
You know what's perfect for these two that we're doing? So our patrons, we're having a flat track day at Boasty's
Yeah.
in Lincolnshire there. So we've got like patrons only. So like a big party thing. But that's your training day element.
Yeah,
of it.
Are
yeah.
you
That-
actually
and
on
about-
flat track bikes?
Yeah. No, it's an indoor arena, so it doesn't matter
Yeah,
what.
I didn't do very well on one of them.
Yeah,
I
you'd
did
be
try
all right.
that as well.
did
I've
you?
got scars down both my arms. from-
Really?
Yeah. 'cause
But you
I
can
couldn't-
advise.
couldn't go. You'd have to not go slower, but I was just going in too fast.
Right.
I couldn't figure out that you had to go. I don't know what was happening. I just kept going like balls out. Just couldn't get round the
Was that
corner.
at Boasty's place in Lincolnshire?
No, I don't know where it was.
That's
I've no idea where it was, but I'd tried it, went flat on my head, nearly knocked myself out. broke
Boasty, if
the
you
bleed.
listen to-
Yeah.
I definitely recommend.
Been to both.
Yeah, he has been quite a few times.
We went to Colin Edwards actually.
The Texas boot camp?
Texas Tornado. Yeah.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was well good. That was like the best
All right,
4
massive.
days of my life, I think, on a
The
bike.
OG over
I wasn't
here.
even meant to be riding, and then got there, and then I was like, "Oh, can you fit me in as well?"
Did you do some shooting as well? Shooting the guns?
Yeah,
and,
shot a 50 cal Barrett 50 cal sniper.
but yeah,
You're a dangerous woman.
Lundy was showing us
She
this.
don't only catch you, she'll kill you.
Lundy,
Watch your back tomorrow.
I know. Hey, I already know that.
Lundy was showing us this. It's like a game they play where it's a revolver, but the bullets are in like a random order, but the fire back is like really aggressive. So you've got to just keep pressing it, and like the idea is you're not allowed to flinch.
Yeah.
But at some point you like pull it and like that. So then you're pulling it again and you're like waiting for the next one. It looks class. Like, I'd absolutely love to go over there. It looks
It is so
amazing.
good. If you can go, defo go. It's just loads of fun.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much for your time. Safe journey
Thank you.
home, and look forward to following your progress with the podcast and all the riding and everything. But,
Thank you.
take care and catch up soon.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
See ya.
Click, buy, deliver. With remote purchasing from the 2-time Motorcycle News Dealer of the Year, Colchester Kawasaki. Proud sponsors of Chasing the Racing.